From the very first stages, the Trade Federation Committee planned to make use of the commercial fleet of giant Lucrehulk cargo ships to transport weapons of war. These gigantic cargo vessels have been built for many years by the Trade Federation to haul cargo between planets, and were an important asset to their enterprise. The characteristic Trade Federation cargo ships have been built for many years, sending cargo among various parts of the galaxy as part of their extensive market. These seemingly harmless and slow-moving container ships will now hide deep within the hangars the secret army built to change the rule of trading among various markets throughout the galaxy. Their limited coverage of the hull made the early battleship model at risk to attack, which made them rely more on the massive number of starfighters to defend the ship against enemy starfighters. Fitted with numerous guns around the equator, the battleship carried considerable firepower with very limited coverage, including a powerful quad laser batteries designed to destroy opposition fighters launched against the secret army transports. These batteries were built to rotate inward while not in use, considering their true nature and their military intention to unsuspecting future customers. Behind the scenes, the Federation has worked with the Sith Order, which manipulated the Federation to progress its plan to take over the galaxy. For this size comparison, let's start with the SpaceX SN-10, which is about 50 meters in height or 165 feet. In the background is the Airbus 380, which has a total length of 73 meters or 240 feet. While the larger Imperial II class Star Destroyer is about 1600 meters or 5,250 feet in length. The very large cargo ship has a diameter of 3,170 meters or 10,400 feet and can accommodate about 60 supervisor, 3,000 droid crew, and 200,000 maintenance droids. Because it was originally built to transport cargo, the battleship has a speed of only 500 km per hour, but has a Class II hyperdrive rating. The Lucrehulk was capable of holding around 50 C-9979, which measure around 370 meters or 1,214 feet in width, and each C-9979 can transport 11 multi-troop transport and 114 armored assault tanks. At over 3 km in diameter, this enormous vessel resembles a donut shape that have a missing section with a central sphere that contained the ship's bridge and reactor assemblies. The front void of the craft held 2 large docking bays on either side, which were lined with the forward docking claws. Several droid signal receiver stations were aligned at the top of the outer hull, which were used to reduce noise and interference to the droid's army. At the center of the ship was a center sphere, the forward control tower, a backup sensor antenna, and the scanner array located at the back. The ship contains many computer banks and the control brain network, which transmit the signal vital to the functioning of every battle droids in the Trade Federation Army. The ship came equipped with 3 primary drive engines with a Class II hyperdrive system and 6 secondary drive engines with a Class 10 hyperdrive system. The ships broadcast the control signal that direct each droid's action. Without this constant signal, the battle droids will be useless and incapable of independent action or self-control. These gigantic cargo vessels have been built for many years by the Trade Federation to haul cargo between planets, and were an important asset to their enterprise. Inside the center sphere were the reactor and main droid control computer support systems and the computer core temperature control systems. At the front of the battle station was the multiple tractor beams projector that guides ships of various sizes in the outer hangar. The hangar landing target provides signal for automatic docking of visiting spacecraft. The battle station has several different zones. Zone 1, or the outer hangar, was used to launch a fully loaded landing ship. Zone 2, the middle hangar, was used to load and prepare the ship with ground troops and several MTTs, or multi-troops transport. Behind the center sphere was a giant inertia compensator, which prevented the ship from being damaged during acceleration, and also housed the deflector shield generator and projectors. On the outer rim of the battleship was the pilot reactor fuel pumps and the pressure stabilizing assembly. Below the signal transmitter platform was the port side main reactor, the central power generation devices for the battle station. Two main reactors were housed in the port and starboard hangar. Because of their location, their powerful shields and fortified location made it difficult to breach by enemy fire. In addition, the main reactors were also responsible for providing the necessary energy to the primary and secondary drive engines. At the aft end of the battleship, several transmission tower antennas, including the primary sensor rectanna, broadcast the vital droid control signal for the mechanized army, which tap into the main reactor for broadcast power. Many Lucrehulk class freighter were also given to the Separatist Navy and were modified with additional turbolasers than the predecessor used during the blockade of Naboo. The Trade Federation was able to combine its commercial enterprise and military ambition by converting its cargo vessel into a battleship that was able to transport its mass-produced droid army. The Jedi did not realize that the blockade and the next decade of political upheaval were due to the manipulation of Palpatine and the annihilation of the Jedi Order. So, what are your thoughts on the Lucrehulk battleship? Leave your comment on the section below. And if you want to see other capital ships like the Imperial or the Resurgent class Star Destroyer, the Venator, or the Supremacy, check out my playlist on the right hand corner. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.